All right, hello everyone. We've got a mixed operations problem today. It's mixing multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And the problem we have here is 20 times 2 plus 20 minus 10. All right, so if you want to pause the video here at this point, try to solve it and come up with your answer. We'll work it out together. All right, so first of all, multiplication has precedence over addition. And so that means we need to solve it first. And this one looks pretty easy because the multiplication is right at the beginning as we're going left to right. But the thing you need to keep in mind as you're looking at any of these expressions or equations, you need to remember that we need to follow the order of operations. And in North America, a lot of times there's an acronym that's been used. It's not always been used, but it just represents the order of operations, which would be, first of all, solving anything inside of parentheses, using the order of operations, then exponents, and then third would be your multiplication and division left to right, and then finally addition and subtraction. Just keep in mind multiplication and division have equal precedence, and you just solve those left to right in the order that you find them, and then with addition and subtraction, you just solve those. They have equal precedence as well. And so this one is pretty simple. It's first you do the 20 times 2. You want to solve the multiplication first. 20 times 2 is 40. 40 plus 20 would be 60, and then 60 minus 10 is 50. So, yeah, this one's fairly easy. And a lot of people get this one right, even if they've forgotten the order of operations. A lot of people forget the fact that you don't need to have parentheses around the multiplication. Multiplication already has precedence. Where it gets confusing for people a lot of times is if I modified the problem just slightly, and this is basically the same thing, but I've moved the multiplication here in the middle. It's 20 plus 20 times 20 minus 10. And believe it or not, the answer should be the same. And why is that? The answer is the same because we follow the order of operations. And regardless of whether you learn BEDMAS or BODMAS or BIDMAS or PEMDAS, even if you didn't learn according to one of those memorization tools, one of those acronyms, you still follow the order of operations. So when you look at this, we don't have any parentheses or brackets. We don't have any exponents. We don't have any orders. We don't have any indices. We don't have any square roots, factorials, anything like that. So then we go down the list. Well, what's next? Next is multiplication and division. Oh, guess what? We're going left to right. We run into multiplication right here. That's got to be solved first. 20 times 2, 20, 2 times 20 again is 40. So then we just do the addition and subtraction. 20 plus 40 minus 10 is 50. So pretty simple. Not too much to that. You get the exact same answer. You get the exact same answer. Now, sometimes that might be confusing to people. A lot of times people will solve this problem. They'll say 20 plus 2 and they'll get 22. Then they'll try taking 22 times 20 and getting a really big number and then subtracting 10. Pretty soon you got something like up over 400 as an answer, and that's incorrect. But think of this like you would at a grocery checkout. If you've got 20 plus 2 times 20 minus 10, you could think of it as, well, I'm purchasing 20 items that are $1 each, and then you're adding it to two items that are $20 each, and then you've got coupons worth $10. Well, it ends up being $50. Now, when I go to the checkout and I'm having these items scanned by the cashier, they're not going to scan everything in the same order every time, right? This could change. So as you saw, I had the 2 times 20 in the front, and then the 20, and then the minus 10. You can arrange these any way. I could have this 2 times 20 at the end, the minus 10 all the way to the front, the plus 20 over here. You're always going to get the same answer of $50 following the order of operations. So think of it as a checkout. where the cashier, if you go to the same checkout and you buy the same five things every time, this cashier might scan them in a different order, but the quantities are the same, the prices are the same, so the answer is the same. You're still going to owe $50. So, think of it as like if the cashier scans the milk before the bread, does your price change? If they scan the bread before the milk, should you be paying a different price? No. But this is exactly how it would work at a cash register. The cash register is taking an item. If you have multiple quantities of a certain item, you scan it once, you multiply it by the quantity, you add it with the next item and the quantity, and so on. So that should hopefully help ease some of the confusion that I see that people have. A lot of people say, well, I read a sentence left to right, I should solve this left to right. And if you do that, you're going to get a different answer every time. And that's not the way mathematics has ever worked. So um, I hope this has been helpful. And if it has been, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. And I do look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.